Differentiated Instruction by me, Carmen Zuzolo. Differentiated instruction means meeting the diverse needs of your students. Research has shown that students learn at different speeds as well as through different modalities. Knowing your students' learning needs is very important to help with differentiation. What is the student's skill level, and what learning style does the student feel most comfortable learning new material in? What kind of interest does the student have that you can help relate material to, and how can I best reach this student to help them get the most out of my teaching? These are all questions to ask yourself when thinking about the needs of your students. One of the most common ways to differentiate instruction is through content being taught to students. Some of the ways this can be done is using reading materials at varying levels, taping lessons for students to refer back to, using vocabulary and spelling lists at readiness levels of students, presenting ideas through multiple methods such as auditory, visual, and hands-on activities, using reading buddies, and meeting with small groups to reteach or check for understanding of ideas or skills for struggling learners or to extend the thinking or skills of advanced learners. There are many ways to differentiate activities in the classroom, such as using tiered activities through which all learners work on the same content and skills but progress with different levels of support, challenge, or complexity, offering task lists to be completed either during specific timeframes or as students complete other work early, offering manipulatives or other hands-on support for students who need them, and varying the length of time a student may take to complete a task in order to provide additional support for the struggling learner or to encourage an advanced learner to pursue a topic in greater depth. These are just a few options, but there are endless ways to differentiate the process, and it will be different for each student. Differentiating the learning environment can include making sure there are places in the room to work quietly and without distraction, as well as places that invite students to collaborate, providing materials that reflect a variety of cultures and home settings, setting clear guidelines for independent work that matches individual needs, and developing routines that allow students to get help when the teacher is busy with other students and cannot help them immediately. Some examples of how to use differentiation with projects or assignments students are asked to produce can include using rubrics that match and extend students' varied skill levels, allowing students to work alone or in small groups on their products, encouraging students to create their own projects and assignments that cover required elements, and giving students options of how to express required learning, such as writing a letter, creating a slideshow, or doing a dramatic reenactment. Teams can be an important aspect of differentiation because it can take multiple people with different expertise to help set an appropriate learning plan for a student, such as a PLC or a professional learning community. This is a group of educators that meets regularly to share expertise and works collaboratively to improve teaching skills as well as the academic performance of students. An RTI, or response to intervention, may also be needed to help with differentiating for a student, and this is performed by a special education professional to gauge for learning delays. This information can be very helpful for teachers to set plans on how to best reach a student. Whether differentiating content, process, product, or the learning environment, the use of ongoing assessment and flexible grouping makes this approach the best way to reach all students at their level and vary instruction so it is accessible for all students.